Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tiernan Center here in Richmond as we bring you Richmond girls basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Tonight, the Red Devils take on the Broncos of Lafayette Jeff. Lafayette Jeff at 11-7 on the season. They are 6-0 in the NCC. We'll talk more about the Broncos coming up in just a few moments. Richmond losing their last 5 games, coming in at 4-14. They are now 2-4 in the NCC. It is senior night here as well. We're going to, of course, give you those festivities coming up here in just a couple of moments as Richmond gets set to play one of their final games of the season. By the way, if everything works out for tomorrow, they'll be on the road at Kokomo. They were keeping an eye on the weather. That's going to be a huge road trip for the Red Devils tomorrow. Chance, though, a Kokomo team that is struggling a little bit this season, chance for Richmond to go on the road and pick up a win for tomorrow. But tonight is going to be a really tough one for the Red Devils. This is a very good Bronco basketball team, as we mentioned. It's 6-0 in the conference and a chance to win tonight and do no worse than a tie for first place in the North Central Conference. All right, when we come back, we'll see if they'll get ready for the senior night activities coming up in just a couple of moments. We invite you to stay right there. Tip-off is probably around, I would say, 18 minutes away here at the Tiernan Center. It is, by the way, just a varsity game tonight only. Just a varsity game. No JV for this one, as this game was moved again to tonight because of the impending bad weather that is potentially coming up this weekend. But we'll come back with more in just a moment right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
It is senior night. Let's go downstairs and pick up what we can of the festivities of tonight's senior activities.
Our next senior is Zoe Woolridge. She is accompanied by mom and dad Chastity and Ryan Woolridge and sister Zayna Woolridge. Her favorite memory is when Coach P made me and Anna walk down and back for my mistake, and I let her win. Since I did go my hardest, Coach P kicked me out. When I came back, all I could explain to her and share was because it wasn't her fault that I just let her win. It was all laughs in the end, since it was a pretty good excuse. They just couldn't be mad. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Woolridge. And our last senior, Kiara Rice. She is accompanied by her parents, Christy and Brad Wright, siblings, Kylie, Cameron, and Brendan Wright. Her favorite memory. Her most memorable moment came this year during the Tipton tournament. We were able to win 2 games and make it to the championship game. It was great to see the team come together and play hard to accomplish a goal. The expectations going into the tournament were not that high, as we had been struggling this year. And to see our team ignore that and play to win was an awesome experience. Even though we lost the championship game with a couple of questionable calls. It was a tournament that I will never forget. Thank you, ladies, for the memories. And ladies and gentlemen, Kiera Rice. One more big round of applause.
There are your seniors again, the final time that they potentially will play on this floor. We haven't really looked at the schedule, see what the games are. We'll do that a little bit, but I'm assuming, again, with this being the final night here, and then the Red Devils were only a few days away from the end of the regular season, and then we start thinking about tournament play as well, which is right around the corner. In fact, the tournament draw will be coming up on Sunday. We'll talk more about that as well. All right, the senior night festivities are behind us. We will come back in a few moments. The pregame will continue. Coach Andy Baker and the Broncos in town here tonight. The Red Devils trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. We'll see how this all plays out coming up in just a couple of moments. Stay right there. This is Richmond girls basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
back here at the Tiernan Center as we get set for tonight's matchup. It's the Broncos and the Red Devils. Brendan Evans, who, by the way, did the game the other night, and we're not going to allow him to ever do a game again because the Red Devils played awful, and you were on the air at that time, so we blame you.
Yeah, thanks.
Sure. Richmond, we'll get to the Broncos in a moment, but Brendan, the other night, it was a long, long night for the Red Devils. They fall down 17-0 in the opening period. They ended up turning the ball over 28 times. They shoot 30%. Those four things right there, including the score at 56-18, spells disaster. I did get a chance to talk with the coach after yesterday. He said the one thing he didn't like is they didn't compete, and I find that really hard to believe, which he's right. The players weren't ready to compete against a Mount Vernon team who they potentially could play in the sectional tournament, and I always thought when they walked out on the floor and watched them in the first couple of minutes, they looked like they were disinterested to be here. My key is tonight, if you do that this evening against the Broncos who are looking to win an NCC championship, they're going to put this thing out of reach in the first couple of minutes. They're that good.
Right, and the Broncos are really just got a lot to capitalize on here. And the Red Devils got to stay away from making mistakes. The Broncos aren't going to give away easy capitalizations.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, we'll get to them in a minute. They've got several very, very good players to choose from. So we've got, if you look at the Red Devils, they got to find a way to stop more than one player, and I don't want to give away anything just yet. We're not quite to the scouting report, but the Red Devils have got to find a way to get this fixed quickly because the tournament is right around the corner, and if you don't have it fixed here pretty soon, it's going to be a very, very short tournament for the Red Devils this year.
Right, and fortunately, everyone goes to the tournament. If it was any other way, they really wouldn't be in the tournament at all.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, they did lose last year in the opening round, but they got a lot of things to fix, and it all starts tonight. Over the last 5 games, here's where one other area where the Red Devils are really struggling, and that is scoring. They only had 18 points against Mount Vernon, and that's a Mount Vernon team. They like to press, they like to get up in your face, and that proved it because the Red Devils, again, didn't shoot well. But the Red Devils have scored only 38 points per game over their last 5 games. That is not going to get the job done against a Lafayette Jeff team tonight that averages 65 points per game. So you're going to have to find a way to play good defense tonight, and you're going to have to find a way to score, and the Red Devils haven't done that over the last 5 games. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Broncos and see what they bring to the table coming up in just a couple of moments. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com. Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Back here at the Tiernan Center, we're still about 12 minutes away from tip-off time here tonight. Troy Derengowski along with Brendan Evans. It is the North Central Conference matchup. The Red Devils are hoping tonight to maybe pull off an upset over the Broncos, who again come in at 6-0 in the North Central Conference. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Broncos this year. Now, don't let that 11-7 record fool you, because they play a very, very good schedule. They got into the middle of the year where they played Ben Davis, Penn, along with Logansport in that area, and they ended up kind of losing a little bit. They were on and off. They played Harrison twice, ended up losing one of those, won the other one in overtime. But of the last few games, they've been up and down. They lose to Northwestern. They ended up winning at Muncie Central. They lose to a good Crown Point team. They beat Guerin Catholic at Guerin, and then they had to play West Lafayette. They lost that contest 63-58. That's a pretty decent schedule. But again, they are 6-0 in the NCC. Give you an idea, they average 65 points per game, 33.4 rebounds per game. That's not the big part. It's the 15.2 offensive rebounds per game that really makes it stand out. So when you saw the Red Devils the other night against Mount Vernon, one of the areas of concern was rebounding. You wait until tonight when you see a Lafayette Jeff team averaging over 15 offensive rebounds per game. They will get up and they will steal. They will force turnovers, averaging 15.8 steals per game. I kid you not, 15.8 steals per game. The other side that's kind of confusing about it, Brendan, is they only shoot 40% as a team. But the one thing about it is they get a lot of those points around the basket, so their perimeter shooting isn't great. They want to get the ball inside, and they want to get as close to that rim as they possibly can, because the other thing is only 27% from three-point range. So the inside game for the Red Devils will have to be big tonight.
Right, so you have to expect them to run a lot more zone than they have in the past recent weeks. They've pressed a lot more, and they're going to have to learn to back it up some and be a lot more patient in this game if they want to come out on top, or at least with a little bit of momentum going into tournament play.
And everybody's going to have to rebound. That includes the guards. You can't have your guards playing out around the three-point line and not helping in the rebounding department against a team that, again, doesn't shoot well from the outside. Let's see if they'll pack it in a little bit more tonight. Now, key player, and they've got several very, very good players, but the key player to watch tonight is going to be Kiara Lewis, a 5'11 junior, averaging 16.1 points per game, 9.2 rebounds. She comes into this game with 99 offensive rebounds on the year, and she's one of those that is going to be around the basket all night long, and she averages 59% in field goal shooting coming into this one tonight. Teresa Maggio at 14 points per game. Kirsten Green is averaging 11.3 points per game. And Nakiwa Haskins averaging 11.1 points per game. So 4 players in double figures coming into this one here tonight. Last year, the Red Devils lost this contest 65-49, and the Broncos have won 2 out of their last 3. When we come back in just a couple of moments as we get set for tonight's tip-off here on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show, we'll take a look at the updated North Central Conference standings. We'll take a look at tonight's schedule. There are several games being played tonight where everybody's trying to beat this winter storm coming in this weekend. And then we'll talk about what the Red Devils expect here tonight. Starting lineups coming up as well. Stay right there. This is Richmond girls basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
Indiana University East is growing. Enrollment has doubled since 2007, and IU East is the university of choice in this region. With athletic programs, internship opportunities, bachelor's and master's degrees, and a growing number of degree programs on campus and online, it is easy to see why IU East is a leader on campus and in the community. Learn more about the many opportunities Indiana University East offers at iue.edu. IU. Focused on you.
Back here at the Tiernan Center on this senior night for Richmond, and we want to remind you tonight's game is brought to you in part by Best Western Classic of Richmond. If you're in the Richmond area anytime soon, make sure you stay at the Best Western Classic. At the Best Western Classic of Richmond, you get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and, of course, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike. Take a quick look at the North Central Conference going into this one tonight. Lafayette Jeff is 6-0. Marion at 7-1. The Giants are pulling for the Red Devils tonight to pull off an upset, so Marion can get at least a share of the NCC championship. McCutcheon is at 6-2. Harrison is at 4-2. Anderson at 4-2. Logansport is at 3-4. The Red Devils at 2-4. Central is at 1-6. Kokomo and Tech both winless, as Kokomo 0-5. They lost 10 in a row, and Tech 0-7. They've lost their last 24 games in a row, losing by a margin of 43 points per game. So tough times at Indianapolis Tech. One game played last night. Marion got a big win over Northrop. That final 54-44. Big game tonight. Harrison on the road at Kokomo. LaPel is at Muncie Central, and McCutcheon plays at Sheridan. And then, of course, coming up on Friday, the Saturday games are iffy. But we can tell you it looks like everything might be okay for Friday's games. That includes Anderson at McCutcheon, along with Tech at Logansport, Marion at Lafayette Jeff, and Richmond is scheduled to play at Kokomo tomorrow as well. That is an 8 o'clock tip-off time. If they do play Saturday, it's Harrison at Central, Tech at 21st Century, and Logansport is at Anderson. But the way the forecast looks right now, that is not going to happen. All right, latest girls basketball polls are out this week. Hamilton Southeastern remains number 1 in 4A, followed by Homestead, Penn, Warren Central, and Crown Point. Those are your top 5 teams. In 3A, Northwestern number 1, followed by Norwell, Mishawaka, Marion, Benton Central, and Salem. In 2A, Central Noble, followed by Triton Central, Oak Hill, Winchester at number 4. Then it's North Judson. And in Single A, Michigan City, Marquette, Vincennes Rivet, University Northfield, and Lagodi are your top teams. All right, we are still about 4 minutes away from the tip-off of this one here tonight. Stay right there. We'll come back and get you the starters and the tip-off coming up in just a few moments. This is the pregame show brought to you by Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, number 1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Finding just the right used car can be a daunting task unless you shop at Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. Hi, this is Troy Darengowski. I can guarantee you one thing. Tony's professional staff will help you every step of the way without all that pressure of buying a new car. Hey, I bought my last 2 cars from Tony's, and it has been a great experience every time. Tony's has lots of one-owner cars, SUVs, and trucks ready for you today. Tony's Car Sales, 250 National Road West in Richmond.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
Greatest thing ever happened for Oscar Robertson. You learn to compete.
Basketball in Indiana has a special legacy. It starts with the coaches, develops with the fans, and ends with an amazing community support.
I think one of these days when you're done and you're retired and you kind of shelve that piece of your life, you can look back and be like, wow, that's really incredible.
To play in a state tournament, to be able to play in college, to be able to coach high school girls, and then to be able to see my son coach, basketball has been my life.
Any opportunity I got to play basketball, I played it. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I love doing, and still today I love the game.
And every time Dad put me in, I think as a freshman, sophomore, there was booing. And then the exciting turnaround to when I was a junior and senior, every time he took me out, he got booed. So those were fun times.
Basketball got me an education. Got me to be a worldly person as far as reading articles. Got me to be artistic and understand the cultures of the world, the ballet, the opera. It just opened up your whole mind and thoughts about things other than what you can reach out and touch.
Because I never dreamed of going to college, and basketball gave me the opportunity to not only go to college but play professional ball, and I've been around it my whole life. I'm 58 now, and I've been involved for a lot of years.
Where else can you walk around? I'm a 65-year-old man, and people say, George, oh, I remember you in '69 with your high school state championship team. I saw you at Butler. I mean, it's incredible. This is the only place here in Indiana that happens.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
The Purdue Polytechnic Institute in Richmond is part of a statewide network that offers the same technology degrees available in West Lafayette. The benefit of earning your degree at the Richmond location is that the campus is small enough to provide you with dedicated one-to-one attention while you earn your degree from Purdue University. Purdue Polytechnic of Richmond. Give them a call at 973-8228 or go to their website for more information at polytechnic.purdue.edu. Back here at the Tiernan Center, Red Devils being introduced. Here's how the Broncos will line up tonight. Kiara Lewis wearing number 21. Teresa Maggio wears number 2. Nikayla Haskins, number 1. And then it'll be Brandy Norton, number 11. And Ashlyn McTaggart, number 14. So Lewis, Maggio, Haskins, Norton, and McTaggart tonight for the Broncos. For the Red Devils, Kelsey Mullins wears number 3. She gets the start tonight. Asia Orr will come off the bench this evening. Also getting the start for the Red Devils tonight will be Kiara Wright, number 12, Zoe Woolridge, number 21, Alea Allen, number 24, and Jakaya Lotz wears number 40. So here we go. It is again senior night. Let's see if the Red Devils can perform better tonight than they did against Mount Vernon just 2 nights ago. And then the Red Devils have to go to Kokomo coming up tomorrow, so short turnaround time as everybody trying to get these games in before the winter storm hits this coming weekend. In the middle, it'll be Lewis averaging 16.1 points and 9 rebounds per game, jumping it up against Alea Allen. And once we find a basketball, we can begin playing. That's always a big key. You got to find a ball.
You know, I think that is a pretty essential part to most sports.
Would be kind of fun to play without one. You could just do whatever you want. Oh, there's a 3. I made it,
Oh, look, we just, scored a touchdown from the booth and inside.
All right, here we go. Quarter number 1 here at the Tiernan Center. The tip will be won by the Broncos. That was not a great throw there by the official either, by the way. Broncos in their traveling dark uniforms. Red Devils in their home whites. There's that zone defense the Red Devils will play quite often. And there's the attack inside to Lewis, and Lewis scores immediately. And the Broncos lead this one 2-0. So now we'll see the Broncos start out in their man-to-man. We saw the Red Devils really struggle against Mount Vernon, even getting shots in that opening quarter. There is a turnover by the Red Devils, and that's one thing we said they cannot do tonight, again, is turn the basketball over.
And, Troy, I think we said at the end of the first quarter that they had 2 shot attempts.
Yeah, they had 2 shot attempts at the end of the first period, and that just isn't going to get the job done. And guess who? Kiara Lewis back in for another 2 points, and she'll go to the free throw line. And guess what the game plan is? Get it to Lewis and let her go to work, because the Red Devils don't have the size and the strength to compete with Lewis underneath. Free throw is short, and rebounding the basketball, that's Haskins. Here's a 3 on the way, and that way is good as Norton hits the 3, and just like that, the Red Devils are down 7-0. Boy, you get in a hole and you've only played less than a minute by the time that 3 was scored. And Richmond's got to play behind the 8 ball here in the opening period of play. Here's Mullins picking up her dribble way out front. Lob pass to Allen. Allen will put it on the floor. A triple team. Allen fires and misses. Lewis has it go off her hands. Nope, they're going to see last touched by Lotz of Richmond, so it'll go back over to the Broncos.
And the referee was kind of undecided about what he was going to do until the last second there. He had us fooled at least.
Well, I wish he could have given Richmond a break. They're going to need one down 7-0.
They're going to need more than one.
Well, the other thing is Richmond, they like playing this 2-3 zone, but if they fall behind too far, they're going to have to come out of it pretty quick. Long shot, no good by Maggio. Here come the Red Devils, and the lead pass intended for Allen, and Allen did not have her head turned around. Red Devils turn it over for the second time. And we've got a timeout. Yeah, the jacket, by the way, for Richmond's head coach is off already. We're going to take a quick break. Red Devils trail this one 2-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
It's the kind of start the Red Devils were hoping was not going to happen tonight, and they're down 7-0, and we're not even 2 minutes into the opening period of play. 2 turnovers by Richmond here early. Bronco basketball. That's Lewis on the inside. Skip pass will find Norton, and Norton misses the shot. Lewis the putback, and she's fouled by Lotz. And the Red Devils continue to struggle in the rebounding department, as that will be Lewis a chance for another three-point play. She already has 6 of the 9 points scored for the Broncos.
And this is the second time she's attempted the three-point play and missed both of them.
I don't think she's going to need to hit many free throws. She's only like a 56% free throw shooter. Here is a 3 the other way, in and out by Wright. And the Broncos have the basketball once again. They'll hurry the ball up the floor, getting to the half court. Ball tipped off the pass that time by Haskins. What's scary about their team is that's a skip pass that'll go out of bounds. It'll stay here. Is that if Lewis has her typical ball game of a double-double, how do you guard the rest of them if they get rolling as well? That's going to be tough. By the way, in the ball game, Asia Orr will replace Mullins, who will sit down. Red Devils are going to come with Nikayla Bennett as well. Red Devils only have a couple of bodies to use that they can really use off the bench. Lewis off the miss on the rebound, takes it baseline, and she goes out of bounds, and the ball apparently was touched by Jakaya Lotz. So Jakaya there again for the Red Devils. Here is Bennett coming into the ball game, and sitting down will be Zoe Woolridge.
And did you see who missed that shot by chance?
It was number 21.
Thank you.
Into the ball game now for the Broncos, number 14. That's McTaggart. Broncos get it back inside to Lewis, and boy, she had a double team and still able to score. It's 11-0. Their game plan is about as simple as my mind. Just throw it inside and let Lewis do the work. That's, you know what, you don't even need to be a good coach to do that. So now the Red Devils, they fell down 17-0 to Mount Vernon. They're down 11-0 in the first period here. Wright on the shot, and she's going to get fouled and go to the line. Well, the good news is, if Kiera makes at least one of these, you know that the drought will end, and you won't have fallen down 17-0 like you did against Mount Vernon. There you go. See, there is a silver lining to everything.
Troy, that's still 3 minutes without scoring, though.
It is. Yeah, that's probably not going to get the job done. But it's a start. And you got to start with 1 before you can get to 2. So Kiera Wright, first 2 free throws of the ball game for Richmond. There's Lewis again, short on the shot. The offensive rebound put back good, and somebody didn't box out, and getting the putback was Maggio. As she gets her first 2, she averages 14 points per game. Boy, talk so much about rebounding in high school basketball. Players just do not traditionally anymore find your man, box them out. It's always just go get the ball, and that just doesn't work enough. Ball tipped underneath, and turnover again by Richmond. I'd love to go back and watch some film of high school players and see if they will actually. There's a 3 in the corner. That's going to be Haskins, and they're putting on a clinic right now. I want to go back and watch players and see if they will be fundamentally sound in everything that they do, and one of them is just not rebounding right. Or with the basketball, the kick out Here's Bennett. Bennett not much of an offensive threat, so they'll back off her and allow the guard Horton to kind of go where she wants. Haskins as well. Red Devils with another turnover. That's number 4. Broncos head the other way. They'll give it up. That's their first turnover. Woolridge back in. Coming in for the Broncos is Cartledge. 3:31 remaining here in the opening period of play, and it's all Broncos on top, 16-2. This is Orr across the timeline. That's Woolridge. Bouncing underneath, pass intended for Allen, and back-to-back turnovers as Woolridge misses the shot. Battle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, back over to the Broncos. 5 turnovers now by Richmond. 2 turnovers by the Broncos. Mullins back in, and coming out will be Bennett. By the way, if you're a wrestling fan, the NCC wrestling meet has been moved to tomorrow. They're going to start that thing at 9 o'clock in the morning up in Kokomo.
That's rough.
It is. There's a turnover for the Broncos, their third. So I'm not sure when Richmond is leaving in the morning. They have to leave pretty early. There's a nice pass to Lotz, layup good, and the Red Devils score their first basket. Yeah, if you have weigh-ins for that many wrestlers, I'm not sure what time you have to get there. If you're starting at 9, you probably have to be there by 7-ish.
And Richmond does have a full roster, so that's quite a few people, and then some.
And then everybody else included. Here is Haskins for 3, gets another one.
And that's just the varsity. They got a full JV squad, too. I think they got one weight class missing in the JV, and that is it.
Well, that's good to have the wrestling program revamped. It's struggled over the last couple of years with numbers. 2:11 to go. Allen, pass inside. Turnover number 6 on Richmond. Lafayette jet back the other way, and that's going to put Haskins at the line for 2 shots. Now, Richmond can't find a combination consistently, and by the way, Lewis is coming back in. She's been out for just a minute or so they're going to get her back in.
Along with Bennett and Wright, so Bennett's not going to take much time off the bench either.
Well, Richmond's trying to find a combination that's going to work. But boy, I tell you what, as long as Kiara Lewis is in the lineup, and she's a strong girl. Look at her shoulders. I mean, you can just tell she gets in the weight room. Second free throw's no good, and that's a smart play that time by Lewis to back off that attempted rebound and not go over the back. Here's Asia Orr driving and lost it. Guess who got the steal? Lewis. 7 turnovers by Richmond, and then the Broncos will give it back, and a foul in the backcourt by Norton.
And didn't you say Lewis was averaging about 15 steals a game?
No, the team is.
Okay.
Yeah, she's averaging 16.1 points and 9 rebounds per game. But as a team, they're averaging, in fact, nearly 16 steals per game.
And they're already, 2 or 3? Close to it?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of hard to tell when Richmond's turned it over 7 times, but there are a couple in there. Boy, and look at Lewis. She just kind of mans that middle. You come in here, she's going to take it away. There's another turnover. Broncos back the other way, and the layup good by Haskins. Haskins already has 9 points. And the Red Devils down now 22-4 with 1:18 remaining in the quarter. Orr gets trapped up front, picked up her dribble right in front of Maggio. So now the Red Devils running a little handoff up front back to Mullins, and now a minute remaining. Only thing is you got to find an opening here someplace in this offense, and there's nowhere to drive. Broncos doing a good job of switching in their man-to-man as Cartledge is back in the ball game. 56.1 to go. Red Devils off the inbound. Right back to Kiera. Her three-pointer's no good. Long rebound by McTaggart. Here come the Broncos again. See if they'll hold for one right here. Dangerous skip pass to Norton. Here's a three on the way. That's good. They don't even want to wait. Maggio hits the three. She has 5, and the Red Devils now down 25-4. So the bad news is they only gave up 17 in the first quarter against Mount Vernon. They've given up 25 here tonight.
But they've scored.
But they did score.
Pick your poison, right?
Yeah. So now the Red Devils with 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That 25, though, you're going to have to find a way to get some stops in that second quarter. Try to keep them way down because they're on the verge right now of getting up in the 80s. That shot's off the mark by Kiara Wright. She loses her shoe at the buzzer, no, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. All Broncos. They're looking to go to 7-0 in the North Central Conference. And right now on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Broncos lead at 25-4.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Broncos lead at 25-4 back here at the Tiernan Center, and for Richmond, just one basket. That was the Lots basket, and 2 free throws, and the Broncos were led not by Lewis. They were led by Haskins, who ended up with 9 points in the opening period of play. So now we're going to see if the Red Devils can find a way to crawl back into this ball game. There's another tip and another turnover. That's number 9, and we'll have a foul at the other end on Bennett. That's going to send McTaggart to the line.
And, Troy, I do think it's worth mentioning Kiara Wright went 0 for 4 in that entire first quarter.
Yeah, and they got to have her
she
score.
She played the majority of it.
Yeah, she's got to score. Along with Woolridge, those are your 2 biggies. And then, of course, Alea Allen is another player. Asia Orr. Well, they all got to do it. I mean, bottom line is you're going to have a complete team effort here the rest of the way as that first free throw is missed. Allen back in. And last long for Bennett and Mullins as Lotz will get the rebound. 2 misses there by McTaggart. And the Red Devils get it back. Broncos playing a man-to-man, but, boy, they've really done a nice job. The Red Devils really haven't moved a whole lot on offense. You see a lot of Bronco players just kind of standing. They don't have to move too much on defense. Got to get more movement offensively. That's Woolridge. And a 5-second call. See, that's what happens. If you have a stagnant offense and you don't get any movement, people stand. You get a 3-second call, get a 5-second call, and another turnover. Now the Red Devils have turned it over 10 times here in the first half. Broncos, and again, I know Richmond wants to play this zone, but you're down by 21 points here in the first half. You're going to have to come out of it eventually. Skip pass, they're looking inside for Lewis. Near turnover. Broncos being patient here with this half court. That's who they really want to get it to. Here's a 3 on the way, no good, and long rebound by Woolridge. Woolridge will stop at the key and now set it up for the Red Devils. Here's Orr, may have gotten away with a travel. Asia takes it to the baseline. Here is Allen, and she can't get it to go. The rebound battled for. Lots in there. And it'll be a jump ball, go to the Broncos. I don't know what Richmond's shooting now, but their shooting percentage has got to be pretty bad. They haven't had that many attempts.
No, they haven't.
They've only made 1 shot. That was the Lots layup. There
really,
you go.
The only person with chances has been Kiara Wright, and she hasn't made any of them, obviously.
Yeah. That's a blocked shot there by Allen. Kiara Lewis, 8 points in that first quarter. Haskins had 9. Maggio had 5. Boy, a lot of reaching in there, no whistle. Red Devils able to get away with a possible foul. That shot at the top of the key, no good by Norton. And the rebound by Woolridge. Red Devils on the run. Here's Wright deep in the corner against Lewis, and they're going to keep it here. Goes off the foot of Lewis. Back in the ball game will be Haskins. So Haskins returns. Again, 9 points for the Broncos and head coach Andy Baker. A reminder, if you're planning on going to Kokomo tomorrow, that's an 8 o'clock tip-off time. There's an 11 turnover first half of the Red Devils and a layup at the other end by Maggio. I keep wanting to put D in the front of that. Teresa, her name is Teresa Maggio. T. Maggio. T-Bone. 5:37 remaining here in the first half of play, and it's all Broncos. There's another turnover by the Red Devils, and they'll run the floor. How about that unselfish play? But I think you got to go ahead and shoot it if you're Haskins. Tried to get the assist to Lewis, and the Broncos able to get it. Should say the Red Devils able to get it back. Wright fires. She thought she got fouled. Red Devils one and done, and the Broncos turn it over for the 5th time.
And that's going to be the Red Devils' biggest thing is right through that pass and thought she got fouled, and she just stopped. There was really nothing there, and they cannot do that. They got to keep their body language up. Posture's got to stay up. And they've got to have motivation, even if they're not winning this game right now, and they want to get back in it. That's what they got to do.
She looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know. Don't run to both ends. Of course, he had to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the floor. Here is the drive by Wright. Goes out of bounds. Red Devils turn it over for the 13th time. You tell your old man if he had to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the floor for 40 minutes. I know. That's a 1980 film, one of the greatest ever, Airplane. 4:48 to go here in the first half. And by the way, the Broncos have only scored 2 points in this quarter after opening up with 25. We've only had 2 points total. Red Devils haven't scored yet in this quarter. Here's a 3 on the way, and that's going to be missed by Norton. Put back good by Haskins. Haskins having a pretty good first half, and the Red Devils down by 25. And there's another turnover. Wow. Haskins with the easy layup.
And Troy, I've been trying to get a chance to let you know, I do have the Richmond shooting percentages you just asked a moment ago. It's only 17% right now.
Wow. There's a jump ball. That'll belong to the Red Devils, but they lose the possession arrow. That'll cost them a turnover, so that's 15. So Richmond just being really beaten in every aspect of the game here tonight so far. And Red Devils make a change. Looks like J.C. Allen is checked in. Red Devils will turn it over again. There's number 16. Broncos get careless with the basketball. It is still loose. It'll stay with the Broncos. Players falling all over the floor, and it's getting a little sloppy-poppy. Here's a shot from the three-point range. That'll be Haskins. It is now a 30-point lead, and Richmond has to call a timeout. They do not have any choice but to try to regroup here. The end close. Well, we're still 3:33 remaining here in the quarter. We'll take a break as well. Red Devils trailing on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard by 30.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
We're back here at the Tiernan Center. Tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven-roasted chicken, and Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Well, it is Richmond basketball, and how you come back from 30 now, it's going to be really tough. Here's Lotz, and scores and will be fouled. Lotz has Richmond's only 2 baskets thus far.
Wow. I tried to look back through my notes to try to correct you, but there's nothing to correct there.
You were going to try to correct me on something?
Every time I get the chance.
Yeah, I once thought I made a mistake, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
34-7. Red Devils stay in that zone, which is a little perplexing why they just don't come out of it and try to go man. Broncos hold on to the basketball. Good tip and a deflection out of bounds by Alea Allen. 2:59 remaining here in the second period. This, by the way, is a rare game where no JV contest. The Broncos want to make sure they can get home in a decent hour and get to school tomorrow. That shot just inside the three-point line by Norton, which if everybody had their priorities right, we wouldn't go to school tomorrow. But, again, I had a 4.0 in high school, so I understand there's a foul underneath.
And actually, Troy, there is a school in Colorado that's moved to 4 school days only.
That's right.
And IPS is actually looking at that
But
now.
longer 4 days.
Yeah.
You have a longer 4-day period.
Only by half an hour, though.
Well,
half an hour a day.
If I had my way, you guys would be going from 7:30 till 7:30. Entry pass knocked out of bounds. By the way, that last foul was called on Cartledge. So 2:41 remaining here in the quarter.
Not really much movement for her to get rid of it to.
There you go. Yeah, got to move. Somebody really has to go to the basketball there. You know, the thing is, we looked at Richmond the other night, and I'm not trying to be negative or anything, but they didn't seem like they were interested in that game to play, especially early. Came out a little more fire in the second quarter. Now, tonight, I think they have a little more fire. They're being outmatched. I mean, this is a better basketball team, but the other thing is you have a very small margin of error. The drive by Maggio, she has 9. Again, when you play a team like this, you can't make a single mistake. You almost have to play perfect basketball. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay here. So now the Red Devils down by 31 here in the second quarter. Red Devils only scored 18 against Mount Vernon, and they may not get to 18 here tonight. That's a jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Broncos. Richmond still only 3 points in this quarter, and they still stay in the zone right here.
Now, Troy, I must have missed the last jump ball because I could have sworn that should have been in favor of Richmond.
Shot in the corner, 3-point bucket, good again.
Didn't you say this wasn't inside team?
It
looks like an outside team to me.
They do not traditionally shoot from the outside. Trying to see if that was that number 3 Maggio or was that
14?
14. Actually, I thought that was Maggio number 2. Nonetheless, it is a turnover. So the bucket good by Haskins. And the Red Devils down 43-7. In what they would say right now, a game not as close as the score may indicate. Foul as Asia Orr will go to the line.
And Troy, just quite simply, the thing that's killing them is they got outshot by 43% in the first quarter.
What did we shoot in the first quarter?
20.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Into the ball game, Zoe Woolridge also in for the Broncos.
Just in case you were wondering, that was 1 for 4.
That's not good. Well, they got a player in number 4 who is not on the roster that I can tell here, unless that's Madeline Hottenstein, a freshman, but there's no number 4 on here. second free throw is good. So generally we just call him Clint Eastwood. 1:10 to go.
Unless we're at Tech and don't have a roster for the entire team.
Yeah. So now the Broncos. By the way, they've taken Lewis out. Lewis, 8 points. There's a travel. 8 points in the first quarter, has not scored in the second.
Well, Troy, I think they're just pulling their starters at this point because this is typically, when they start putting the JV in, when you're about, 40 points up?
Yeah, the one thing about
35.
it, this early in the ball game, you still want your players to condition, and you brought them all the way down here to play. You don't want to let them not play. There's Maggio going to the line.
Right,
now
well,
for
if
two.
you bring them out about 5 minutes before halftime, then they have a longer break, then they're more explosive coming into the second half. And they also have a game tomorrow against Harrison, don't they? Or Marion.
Well, I'll check the schedule. I'm not sure if they even play tomorrow. I didn't. Yeah, you check it. Maggio misses it, 39.9. By the way, that last foul against Allen.
Yes, they play Marion tomorrow.
That's a big game. So Maggio gets one of two.
For some reason, it's not saying where, or else I'd give you that, too.
Well, they're hoping to play Marion if they do tomorrow because, again, the weather could certainly be a factor. There you go. There's Kiara Wright for three.
And that's actually her first points of the game.
She had 2 free throws earlier.
Well, first bucket
field
of the
goal.
game.
Yeah. There's another turnover by the Broncos. Only thing I have about a game like this now is that everybody loses focus. You're up by 33, still the first half. We got a lot of basketball to be played. It's really tough on everybody. But maybe the Red Devils can make it respectable here after the first half is over. And that's going to be a foul call on the Broncos. That'll be number 14, McTaggart.
And, Troy, you got to think that Richmond's right now is just looking at more of a moral victory than on the scoreboard victory.
I'm not sure where that's going to come from, though. You get your pants beat off like this tonight.
They played a little bit better in the last,
well, I'm glad you're more
half
optimistic.
A minute.
So now the Red Devils, that's only the 5th team foul, and that's going to do it for the first half. It has been all Broncos in this one. And there is not a whole lot to analyze in a game like this as the Red Devils trail here at halftime 44-11. We'll come back with your halftime report in just a moment. This is Richmond girls basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners. Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120.
All the amenities you want and the convenience you need. Your next apartment is waiting for you at Chester Heights Apartments in Richmond. Chester Heights Apartments come with 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms with central air, inside laundry, swimming pool, and a new regulation-sized volleyball court. Chester Heights also offers convenient access to IU East, Reed Hospital, shopping, restaurants, and more. Call today for specials. Chester Heights Apartments on Chester Boulevard in Richmond, a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
You've got too much stuff in your house or in your business and nowhere to put it all. What do? Here's the answer. Quaker City Storage in Richmond. Quaker City Storage offers various size units for either short-term or long-term storage. You'll get the best rates in town, and you always have 24-hour lighted access to your stuff. Quaker City Storage on Industrial Parkway next to A House Tool. Quaker City Storage is a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond.
Back at the Tiernan Center, yep, it's halftime, and it's been all Broncos in this one, leading at 44-11, and the Red Devils unofficially with 19 turnovers in the first half. We'll get to some of the other numbers here in a couple of moments, but you know what? We're trying to paste this in a positive nature as best we can, but the only problem is, you know, you don't want to try to tell people, hey, things are going to be okay, because right now the Red Devils are, you know, you think, I'm kind of relating it back to, they got off to a slow start this year. They played a very tough early portion of their schedule. They had to go to Newcastle, Anderson, East Central. They played Greenfield Central here. They had to make that road trip to Logansport. They played a good Union City team here. They did beat Muncie Central. But then they go to Rushville, they go to Franklin County. They played bad against Tech. We were there for that game back in December, mid-December, about a month ago.
That game just seemed to drag on and on.
But here's the point I'm making. Then they play Lawrenceburg, very good. They beat Tipton, very, very good 2A team. They beat Revis, Illinois. They lose by 1 to Jennings County in the championship game. They come back after the break. They go to Marion, they lose there. They played McCutcheon pretty well here. And then all of a sudden, here's where it's starting to turn. They didn't play against Connorsville well. They didn't play against Mount Vernon very well. They haven't played tonight very well. And by the way, the Red Devils do have 2 more home games against Harrison and Northmont, so why senior night tonight, I'm not sure. But my point is this, why have they hit the wall? I'm trying to figure out what has changed from those games they played at the Tipton tournament to playing Marion on the road at Marion. Again, Marion very good. You come back, McCutcheon here, but now you've fallen flat. It's a hard one to figure out.
I don't understand. It's a lot just thrown together, and really you don't see why they're playing. I don't want to say bad, but I don't have any other word for it right now.
Yeah, you're right about that. Broncos do play Marion tomorrow night, 6:30. So their focus is going to be on that Marion game, simply for the fact that Marion is at 7-1. Lafayette Jeff will go into that ball game at 7-0. So the Giants hoping for at least a share of that NCC championship. So my point is, again, we just got to find a way to figure out why the Red Devils have kind of hit the wall at this point in the season, the wrong point of the year. Broncos, they were 18 of 28 shooting, 64%. That'll win a lot of ball games. The Red Devils only got 14 attempts in the first half, and at hitting 4 of those, they were 4 of 14 for just 29%.
And Lewis is only shooting 57% right now.
Only
57%.
That's not bad. All right, here's the scoring in the first half. First off for the Broncos, Haskins with 18, Maggio with 13, Lewis with 8, all in that first quarter, and Norton with 5. Red Devils were led by Kier Wright with 5. Ja'Kiah Lotz had 5, and Asia Orr 1 point in the first half. So that's where we stand here at halftime as the Red Devils in a deep hole, and now they're going to have to find a way. They're not going to win this game, but they got to find a way to get some positives the rest of the way. We'll come back with a second half in just a moment. Stay right there. This is Richmond girls basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
We are now ready for the third quarter back here at the Tiernan Center. It'll be Red Devil basketball. Broncos stay man-to-man. They really spread that man as well. There's a shot from the corner by Wright, no good. And the rebound eventually lands into the hands of McTaggart. By the way, Lewis is back in. Lewis gives it up. Here's a three on the way. First shot, no good. Offensive rebound blocked from behind is Wright. Got a piece of that shot by Maggio. That three was shot by Norton, leading, should say not leading, but scoring in the first half. Ended up with just 5. Haskins led the Broncos with 18. Red Devils miss again. Here's Lewis inside. Got bumped by Lotz, and we got a 2-shot foul. Boy, if they let that one go, I'm curious when they would actually call a foul. So Lewis, chance to get into double figures. She is not a good free throw shooter. That's what we said a little bit ago in the first half, that she's at about 50%. So free throw, but they don't ask her to shoot a lot of free throws. They ask her to get a lot of points inside, and that's what she can do. Yeah, only 5'11", but still very powerful upper body. Second free throw short. Woolridge with a rebound.
Only 5'11", but still probably the tallest person on the court.
Yeah, but she's stout, strong. That's what you look at in a player like Lewis. Just, again, the upper body. You can tell she's been into the weight room. And anytime you go in there, you know one thing, she's going to challenge your shot. Like that. She got a foul that time on Woolridge. I think she'd be okay if Lewis would actually jump on that instead of just try to use her body to block that shot.
And that was actually Woolridge's first shot attempt of the entire game, and that's one player that you said is going to have to step up and score points.
Yeah, she is one of your leading scorers, and
she's yet to score in the entire game.
Yeah, she's been shut out to this point. Yeah, the official letting the two players make the switch here. Number 2 now by Woolridge is no good. And the rebound, Allen put back, and she'll go to the line. Foul be called against McTaggart. If that is, I believe that is going to be her third. So here's Allen at the line. The problem is, free throws are great, but boy, you got to start hitting some 3-point shots somewhere.
You got to start hitting the free throws too.
Well, but scoring 1 point or 2 points is great, but two things got to happen. Number one, you got to start pressing. I mean, you're going to have to gamble. Oh, you got to gamble here. You can fall back in the zone, but you're not going to do anything right here.
And by the way, that was Richmond's first points of the entire second half.
So now it will be Lafayette Jeff basketball. Allen, take that back. Lewis may have gotten away with a travel. Nice power move inside by Lewis. Had a little power dribble right there.
She got away with that.
Well, the 3 guys didn't see it. 6:27 to go.
3 guys need about 5, right?
Well, sometimes. Red Devil basketball. This is Woolridge guarded by Lewis. If and again, this coaches had different philosophies. Lots of shot on the way good. Coaches had different philosophies on what they want to do, but if I'm the Broncos, I'm thinking, I might go a little zone right here and make Richmond shoot it from the outside. If I'm Richmond, I'm thinking I got to go man-to-man to try to force more turnovers and try to get some steals. Lewis able to keep the basketball. There's Maggio. Drive by McTaggart, basket good. I just don't of course you're not going to make a comeback that probably is worthy of comebacks in a game like this because Richmond just does not have enough firepower. There's a turnover. But I would like to see him try to get some steals, and Haskins now has 20.
And there again, we saw the exact same thing I was talking about earlier. Committed a turnover. Go back down there, prevent the points. Don't watch them score. Richmond had 3 players over here standing on this side of the court with their arms on their hips like, game's over.
Here's Wright in the corner for 3. Well, sometimes when you're in this situation, it probably feels pretty helpless. But, you're right. Still got to get down to the other end of the floor. 8 points now by Kiera Wright. Broncos turn it over for the 9th time. The Broncos, again, this is nothing against them, but just from this standpoint, there is a shot by Allen, no good. Lotz with a rebound. Because I think they've lost a little focus. Mullen's shot, no good. Lotz hard to the floor. Lewis gave her the big hip bump. Here's Haskins. Inside to Lewis. Lewis again. I think they just lost a little focus. When you're up this big, it's probably a little hard to keep your focus at times. Orr is in for the Red Devils. Broncos.
And Orr was a huge loss for the Red Devils, and she's really had a quiet comeback so far. This is only her 2nd game back, but really you don't have many more games in the season. If she's got to step it up soon, or she's going to have to wait until next season.
By the way, Lotz coming out, she may have got hurt a little bit on that last encounter with Lewis. So Lotz goes to the bench.
And by the way, Lotz is the only person that's shooting perfect for Richmond. 3 for 3 so far, and they've all been tough shots.
Well, the Red Devils make a change in their lineup. Number 30 is Abby Brewer. So Brewer in for the first time. Richmond's got to get some movement here offensively. There's another turnover. Here's a 3 on the way, off the front of the rim by Maggio, and the Red Devils unable to get another rebound. Stepping inside the 3-point line. Nice jumper there That is going to be Norton. Now 7 points by Norton. Red Devils one and done right there as well.
I didn't catch who put that shot up.
That shot inside by Lewis. I'm not either. I was looking down at my score sheet. 57-17. Red Devils almost turn it over again. You know, the Broncos, one thing about it, they didn't bring a ton of players. So you're going to see this group right here and a couple off that bench probably play some minutes in that fourth quarter before they try to clear everybody out that they possibly can. Brewer is out after a very short stint for the Red Devils. 3:13 remaining here in the third. Red Devils down by 40.
Or
and there's another turnover.
Or they was trying to direct operations, and really no one was looking at her to see what she was trying to produce, really.
Yeah, by the way, the Red Devils now 22 turnovers, just 17 points. 28 turnovers the other night, yeah. Again, Richmond had 28 against Mount Vernon, 22 tonight. Lewis high post. Red Devils stay in that zone. This is Maggio on the drive. Little European step. They say, nope, she took one too many Europeans. 10 turnovers. You can only take one European step. You can't take more than one.
Every time I hear a travel call, it reminds me of the last NBA season when Russell Westbrook just held onto the ball and took like 7 steps.
Yeah.
What got me the most is it took them like 9 or 10 steps before they finally called it.
Allen's going to go to the line. Yeah, well, it certainly, that's a bad one, but the one by James Harden when he did a two-step, step back, and then he drew the foul and they actually gave it to him. That's why nobody wants to watch the NBA. You talk about a game that is deteriorated in fundamental basketball, that's the NBA.
And honestly, Troy, I don't see, almost all the games in the postseason going into overtime or into 7 series.
I don't even care. If the NBA disappeared, it wouldn't bother me a bit. I never watch it. Haven't watched a whole game in a long time.
You better watch what you say. The Celtics might be watching.
I'm going to sell my stock.
Yeah.
2:13 remaining. That's a flat shot by Lewis. Somebody could help her with that shot on the outside.
And that's Lewis's first missed shot of the entire game.
Drive down the lane by Woolridge.
Or entire half, sorry.
So Woolridge will go back to the free throw line. 2 minutes remaining here in the third. I saw a really good Gladiator movie today. They're not going to give Woolridge the free throws. They'll say that foul was on the floor. Lots back in. Here's Allen.
And really on the inbound the entire game, there's been nothing for the Red Devils.
Lewis having a nice quarter. She now has 9 in this quarter, 17.
4 for 5.
That's a pretty good shooting percentage. Here's Woolridge. Lots with a rebound. Put back, yes.
And Lots stays perfect in the entire game.
She, by the way, has a chance to get into double figures right here. 1:33 remaining. Well, after today, we're off. I mean, we were scheduled to play this game on Saturday.
So we do have a game tomorrow, if it does still remain that way.
Who has a game tomorrow?
Doesn't Richmond play Kokomo?
We're not going to Kokomo. No, we're not going to Kokomo.
That's good. I was a little worried about
let's don't get carried away here. That ball goes out of bounds. Turnover by the Broncos. That's 11. No, we're going to Kokomo for the boys, not the girls, not tomorrow. Our budget only allows Kokomo trips once every 2 years. And that's in my contract, too, that I don't go to Kokomo more than once.
Well, we already went last year, so we can't.
Well, I'm only going to go once this year.
Yeah.
Lots. Missed that one. Broncos basketball leading at 59-21, and they wave off the shot. That'll be a travel. That's number 12. Now on the Broncos, the Red Devils with 23 turnovers. So we've seen a combined now 45 turnovers between these two teams. Under a minute remaining in the third. Most of the fans that are here very quiet, not much to cheer about. Ball loose. Richmond able to keep it. And then Allen fires a Randy Johnson fastball intended for Zoe Woolridge, and it goes out of bounds.
Good comparison right there.
Thank you. Could have went with Roger Clemens, maybe Warren Spahn. Radio Troy. You know what? Bob Feller had a heck of a fastball. 30 seconds.
You know, I think we should just mic your wife.
I think we're running out of material. 25 seconds to go.
I never thought you'd run out of anything to say.
I am running out, and we're not even into the fourth quarter yet.
Oh, wow.
Hey, how about that behind-the-back dribble by DiMaggio? That shot no good by T-Maggio. Rebound, put back, yes.
Who's the putback by?
I'm looking for the
Looks
number
like 12.
here. Number 10.
10.
So that was Cartledge who got the putback. Yeah, should I said Ruth? All right, at the end of 3, we're going to go to the fourth quarter. We're going to try to find some new material and even stay focused on the game itself. But right now, it is all Broncos in this one, leading it by 40.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Wish me luck, we've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Back here at the Tiernan Center, final 8 minutes of play in this one. Red Devils are going to lose their 6th in a row, unless they find a huge miracle tonight. That shot way short by Lewis. I'm a little curious why Lewis is even beyond 10 or 11 feet. Her game is down inside, and she's tried to shoot a couple from the perimeter, and it has not worked. Right,
I think
misses
at this
the 3.
point she's just trying to have a little bit more fun.
Maggio across the timeline. You know how I'd have fun? I'd have fun dominating down low and then flexing my muscles and saying something to the crowd on the way back. That's how I'd have fun. Here's Lewis. There you go. See, that's what you do. You don't need to go outside your game. You play the game that got you here. There's Lotz. Well, Lotz did a great job just getting to that basketball.
Lotz has had a great game tonight. Statistically, at least.
At least she's in double figures. Here is the three-pointer. Good by Mullins. (63-24). Well, you got to finish this one in a positive nature somehow. Baseline shot up and good by Haskins.
Troy, can we just be glad that I did Tuesday's game instead of today's?
Well, you started the process of a jinx, and it's continued tonight.
I'll just stop showing up. Watch, we won't go tomorrow, and they'll destroy Kokomo.
Richmond's going to get a timeout right here. And a reminder, tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, He'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. You mentioned the NCC Wrestling Tournament is tomorrow. The Tri-Eastern Conference Wrestling Tournament is tomorrow in Hagerstown. That's going to be tomorrow night at 5:30. If for you around the area want to see some high school wrestling, that'll be a good one up in Hagerstown. Red Devils after the timeout trying to inbound the basketball. Mullins. By the way, Lewis is out. She might be done for the night. They'll try to rest her for that Marion matchup tomorrow. Right shot fake, mid-range jumper no good. Lotz going for the rebound. Ball loose, picked up by Woolridge. Here's Wright again. There you go. Well, Kiera now with 11. 2 players now double figures for the Red Devils. Ball loose on the floor, and it'll be whose basketball?
Be a jump ball, it looks like.
It'll be Richmond basketball. This is, what's my fear is now for the last 5:41, it's going to be very sloppy, Poppy, because both teams.
That's the new catchphrase, isn't it?
It's going to be, these games just cannot get over fast enough sometimes. People end up playing out of their element a little bit, want to get it over with. Broncos are playing with some backup players. There you go. I'll have a good fight out front for the basketball. All right. Bronco basketball. Red Devils turn it over.
Probably the most exciting part of the game today.
25 turnovers. There you go. Another foul call this time against Mullins. Mullins able to get on the floor after the loose ball. You love to see a player do that. Broncos make it. As I said, the Broncos don't have a lot of players on their bench, so it's not like they're going to get wholesale changes. Now, apparently they called that foul instead on, who'd they call that on? Number 3? The board says number 3. I don't see a number 3 for the Broncos. Now, how did they give the ball to the Red Devils if that foul was on Mullins? Here's Allen. I could have swore they called that foul on Mullins. In the corner, right for 3.
Only if she could have shot like this all game.
The only problem with a game like this, when, it's kind of fool's gold. When you score these points late, I know you have a little bit of momentum, but the problem was you're down so far that it can't. You can't say, well, geez, we had a great fourth quarter, but the other 3 quarters weren't very good. You got to play 4 solid quarters of basketball.
And really the good thing about this is, 1, they can make the score respectable. And 2, they can go into tournament with just a little bit of momentum.
Well, they got a lot of games to play yet. We've got still 4 or 5 games before we get there.
Well, a little bit of momentum can go a long way.
There's another turnover. Well, the Broncos say, you know what, enough of this. They're going to bring Lewis back in. 65-32. Here's Wright again. And if I'm the Broncos and I'm head coach Andy Baker, I'm not real happy with my team because you're turning the ball over with regularity right now, and you're letting this game kind of get back in respectability, as you said. I want to be focused for tomorrow. Foul call.
Now, did that shot go? Or?
No, it doesn't count.
Well, I didn't think it would, but I didn't see him signal for no shot.
Lotz is in. Lewis is in. Woolridge is out. And number 4, Clint Eastwood, coming out as well. There's that inbounds play that you just never find the inbounder, and you know that's going to happen. So now the Red Devils down 67-32. There's Lotz. Lewis able to knock it out of bounds. If Lotz were the size of Lewis, she'd be unstoppable.
Seemingly, yeah.
We offered the other day when Lotz was here watching a middle school game to stretch her a little bit longer.
How'd she react to that?
Well, she agreed. We just going to figure out a way to do it.
Legally, at least.
Allen. Well, they could put her in the closet like they did Barney Fife and stretch her neck.
Yeah.
Bronco basketball, 3:16 remaining. There's a foul call. That's going to go against 24 Allen. So now we'll see Woolridge back in. Mullins will sit down. Richmond will see their record fall to 4-15 on the year and 2-5 in the North Central Conference. Richmond will still have the game against Kokomo and Harrison, so they have 2 more NCC games. There's another turnover. You know, the Broncos, they turn the ball over with regularity as well. Here is Wright. 8 points in the quarter now for Kiera. And the Broncos decide to give it back again. They have 17 turnovers, and the Broncos average almost 18 per game. They'll have a tough time beating good basketball teams averaging 18 turnovers. So now the Red Devils with 2:47 to go. And Wright dribbles into Haskins. Haskins ties her up. Jump ball. It stays here. But the Red Devils will be charged with a turnover because they will give up the possession arrow. That'll be 27. Anytime you lose possession, you get a turnover. It's not fair. Life's not fair. Here's Lotz. Basket good, and the foul called on Lewis. Lewis picks up number 3. Ja'Kai Lotz, 12 points for the freshman. Make it 13. So Lotz has 13. 16 points by Kiera Wright. Those are your 2 leading scorers for Richmond here this evening. Another turnover by the Broncos. And a foul by Lafayette Jeff. And again, if I'm Andy Baker, you're winning this game by 30, but I'm not happy with the way they played in the fourth quarter at all. Haskins picks up the foul. Number 3 on Haskins, and that will send Woolridge to the line. So tomorrow night, the Red Devils again will go to Kokomo. They'll go to Jay County next week. Then they'll finish out against Harrison and Northmont, Ohio.
And those last 2 are here, correct? Or the last one?
Last 2 are here.
Okay.
2:17 to go, 67-39. Red Devils have scored 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 7. They've scored 18 points in this fourth quarter.
That's about what they had coming into the fourth quarter.
They had 21 coming in.
And I didn't think it'd be too far off.
Woolridge. Oh, and Woolridge grabs Haskins and pulls her down, so that's a turnover and a foul. So 28 turnovers, and Woolridge will pick up her second. Haskins lucky not to get a bump on the head and the way she was pulled down on the floor. Haskins will go to the floor again. See if this foul's called on Lotz.
Lotz is down on the floor signaling my bad.
So Ja'Kai picks up number 3. Inbound Lewis, blocked from behind by Wright. Wright has it stripped from behind. It'll stay here. Good block shot that time by Kiera Wright.
And did you see the speed by Lewis to be able to get back into position and between her and the goal?
Yeah, she hustled back. A lot of times it's all you ask. Just hustle. Give your best effort. That's what made me a 4.0 student. Hustling and effort. I hustled to class, gave great effort. Allen misses. Cartledge back the other way. Lotz went for the steal. Here's a 3 on the way by Haskins. Well, Haskins feeling it tonight. 27 points by Haskins. Haskins came in averaging 11.1 points per game. They back off right. She'll take the 3 and miss it. Rebound Allen. Allen with the left hand. Nice move. Boy, you kind of wish the Red Devils would. There's a foul call. You go back and you think, now, where was this in the first half?
And we're going to see Abby Brewer, J.C. Allen, and Asia Orr come in for
the three seniors are done. Mention that Kiera, 16 points. Zoe Woolridge will finish with 4. And Kelsey Mullins with 3. 57.3 remaining. I'm curious, why did they do senior night tonight when you have 2 more home games? Here's Norton at the line. I thought you always did senior night in your last night. Oh, times are changing, I tell you what.
Now, during the boys' basketball, you have the music senior night. Like the
music senior night.
The band and all that. And then you have athletics.
Oh, that's right. You guys don't play during girls' games, do you? 71-41. 49 seconds to go.
I don't play at any of them anyways.
Here's Orr.
I'm up here with you guys.
I know you are.
Or down on the floor for you guys.
Lewis will pick up her 4th. Lewis thought she was done for the night until Coach Baker didn't like the way this team was playing.
And what year is Lewis, by the way?
Well, we can check that for you.
She's only a junior, so she's still got next year.
Oh, you're talking about the Lewis junior. Yeah, she's a junior. One more here for Orr. What's that?
Plays like a senior.
Yeah,
or even more than that, really.
Yeah, she's a good player. Got to work on her shot from the outside, though. Second one is good.
Well, she's got all season for it. Or all off season for it, sorry.
36 seconds remaining. Broncos just going to hold here, you would think.
And these Broncos are all smiles right now. And how couldn't you be? You're winning a game by 29 points right now.
Well, you'll find out tomorrow if you'll still be smiling when you play Marion. And that's just not acceptable. That's 20 turnovers. So 10 seconds to go. Orr trapped on the sideline. Here's Lotz. Lotz will get it back to Orr. Floater down the lane and a foul call with 2.4 to go.
So close.
Again, I'm going to if I'm Andy Baker, I don't like that at all. I didn't like the way you finished that play at the end. I didn't like the way what you did right there. You're going to do that in a game that is very, very close, and it's going to cost you. Here's Orr. One more, and we'll be done with this one. Second free throw. So Asia will get 1 of 2, and that's going to do it. Put it in the books. This one is over. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment as the Red Devils lose it on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, 71-43.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Well, as we wrap it up here tonight, the Red Devils now see their record fall to 4-15 on the year. Richmond now 2-5 in the NCC, and the Broncos stay perfect. They're now 7-0 in the NCC, and they're now 12-8. And we mentioned the Broncos will take on the Marion Giants tomorrow night. The Red Devils travel to Kokomo. That is an 8 o'clock start time. Then they'll go to Jay County on the 22nd. Then they'll play Harrison back here on the 25th. And I want to remind you, the girls' tournament draw is also coming up on Sunday. Kiara Wright, or take that back, Kiara Lewis, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. She finished with 19 points, 13 points by Maggio, all in the first half. Haskins finished with 5, 7, 10. She finished with 28 points. 8 points by Norton and 2 by McTaggart. Cartledge finished with 2. Red Devils, Mullins with 3. 3 points by Orr. Bennett did not score tonight. 16 by Kiera Wright. 4 points by Woolridge. Allen finished with 4. And good night for Lotz as well. She finished with 10, 13 points. So the Red Devils had 2 players in double figures here tonight. Shooting-wise,
I had Lewis at 10 and 15 for 67%. Norton, I had at 2 and 5. Maggio, right? Maggio, I had for 5 for 8 for 63%. And then for the Red Devils, I had Ja'Kiah Lotz for 3 for 5 at 60%. I had Alea Allen at 1 and 3 for 33%. And then Asia Orr shot 0%. She missed all 3 of her shots tonight. All 4, sorry, I missed that last one there. And then Kiara Wright only made...
She should be 5 for something.
Yeah, 5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I wrote down the wrong number. I've got to read it.
That's all right. That's right. Don't worry about it. We'll get it later. But we want to get out of here because the Red Devils are ready to close this thing up here tonight, and the
36%.
Broncos 36%. Okay, there you have it. Red Devils, by the way, did turn it over 28 times, and the Broncos turned it over 20 times. That'll do it. Thanks for being with us. Broncos win at 71-43. Thanks for being with us. This has been Richmond basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.